22,800. Kunal, hopefully if we are able to sustain or at least touch that mark towards the closing, what's your anticipation when you come for next week? I know over the weekend you will have various news flow that may decide the way how the markets may move, but what's your sense?
So even if you look at the Friday's reaction in the last 6 Fridays when the markets have closed negative, the start of the next week, the Monday, the next trading session, we've actually started on a bit of a tepid note. And I think throughout the day there has been some bit of slight selling which generally takes back on the next week also. So I think the only change which can happen to that kind of a trend is if large cap stocks start to participate. And I think if that happens, that's where we probably expect that maybe the markets could get back into a bounce back mode. And the previous attempts, we were never closer to the previous critical support points of 22,800 levels or thereabouts in the previous Friday. So that could be the only change this time around. But yeah, I would probably expect that it's better to wait and watch and see how the markets react to a slew of too slow and whether the large cap stocks participate or not going to the next week.
Absolutely. Let's wait and watch, and let's see if the large caps actually participate coming into next week. And if you go by the last 5 or 6 Fridays in the way how it's shut shop, Mondays have usually opened up on a tepid note, and if it's a tepid move coming in for the markets, I don't think anyone is complaining, given the fact that this entire week we were actually trading in a range. But now as we wind down for today's trading session, as you can see that the Nifty is below the 22,800 mark, a key support level that everyone was talking about. It was the Nifty Bank today underperforming the benchmark indices, 0.8% downtick coming in for a Nifty Bank. Broader markets were the ones that actually held out for the last 2 trading sessions, but today that's not the way how the print has been. It's the broader markets who have fallen much more than the benchmark indices. 1.5% cut coming in for the mid-cap index, small-cap index, shorting shop, 0.8% lower. M&M, the top loser on the Nifty this entire week, hasn't been great coming in for M&M. 6% downtick in today's trading session, and the stock is now sub that 2,700 rupees mark as well. You also have the OMCs that's in the limelight because a lot of them are hoping that things may work out when you talk about under recoveries for the LPG. But if that does not happen, then yes, OMCs will be hit hard. That's what the brokerages are indicating. HPCL, BPCL, IOC, all of them down and out in trade today. Talking about the list of gainers then, and some of them that have held out in trading today is Hindalco, the metal pack, remember, outperforming the rest of the market. So Hindalco was trading higher by about 2%. Tata Steel also trading higher by about 2%. Eicher Motors on the flip side, if you look at it, it's actually outperforming the rest of the auto pack, which is it's trading higher by about 1.5% or so. Tata Motors is the other counter to watch out for because that one is seeing knockout about 2.5%. Pharma Index is the other one that has been in the news the entire week, and it's also shutting shop much lower, significantly lower, about 2% lower coming in for the Pharma Index. Realty is the other one, 1.5% downtick coming in for the Realty Index. Some of the other names that you need to watch out for and that have been actually making news of late, one of them is Piramal Pharma, Aurobindo Pharma. All of these counters have been in news of late. Also, you had CIE, which is reacting to its numbers today. KEI, brokerage initiation note. So KEI was bucking overall market weakness. JSW Energy, JSW Infra are the other counters that have been seeing good moves into today. Godrej Industries is seeing an uptick of about 8%, shutting shop higher by about 8%. Apart from that, you also have JSW Energy, like I mentioned, 8% uptick coming in for that one as well. 6% now coming in for that one. On the losing end of the market, you also have some names like the Cyient, which is down about 6% or so. Remember that there is a new management at the helm at Cyient, but that one is not seeing an uptick. That one is actually not holding on to gains. But as we wind down for trade, 0.6% downtick is where the benchmark indices are settling in, and Nifty way below the 22,800 mark. All right, as we wind down for trade, thank you so much, Mr. Bagga, as well as Kunal, for being part of the show and taking our viewers through all the stocks that will be in focus and the sectors that you should watch out for. But with that, we are totally out of time in this edition of Closing Trades. Thank you so much for watching.